Angela Yee is a little late. Charlamagne, what's popping?
Peace to the planet. It's Tuesday.
Oh yes, it's Tuesday.
Life is good, man.
Life is great.
Got my beautiful 7-pound, 10-ounce bundle of joy here.
Congratulations.
My new baby girl. My third baby girl.
Enjoy it, man. There's so much fun young. So much fun as a baby. So much fun in that infant stage. And
Nah, I ain't gonna say all that now.
yes, they are, man.
About 7-8 months.
No.
About one.
Nah, feeding them, watching them lift their little neck and push themselves up. Like, that's all the fun
Everything
part,
the
man.
mama does now. You know, daddy hold the baby for a little while and you feel like you about to hurt her. So he'd be like, here.
This is your third time. You should be all right. You should know what you're doing by now.
You never get used to it, bro. You never get used to it. I will say this, though.
What's that?
The more kids you get, the older you definitely start to feel. I know why the old dirty bastard called himself the old dirty bastard, bro.
Really?
Because he had about 12.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm a little different.
You got a hairline, though. So
yeah,
for me, not having a hairline and then having 3 kids, it's just like I'm officially washed, bro.
Yo, it's fun to me. My little daughter, she's 5 years old. She's playing flag football. My son is 4 playing flag. Like, that's fun to me.
Yeah, those are the fun ages.
My 2-year-old is, just being a nuisance, but it's just fun.
Those are the fun ages. When you get them to about that age when they can start crawling and walking and laughing and loving you back. Yeah.
Well,
infant stages are difficult.
Gonna enjoy it.
Of course.
That's
absolutely.
The best part about
Listen, man. I am in awe of my wife right now because my wife, they told her that she could not have a vaginal birth because she had a C-section last time because the baby came a month early, my second child. But thanks to Latham Thomas, drop on the clues bombs for Latham Thomas, the Glow Maven, and all the tips and stuff that she gave her. She ended up having a vaginal birth. And no epidural. Not on purpose, though. It was no doctors available. The doctors were available, but they were busy with other people. So it was like 2 doctors in the whole hospital, and they were busy with other people. They had anesthesiologists, not doctors.
Yeah.
Maybe they are doctors. I don't freaking know. I just know that the drugs weren't there. Okay, so she had to push it out on her own.
Really?
2 hours, 3 pushes, baby. Drop one of the clues bombs from my wife, damn it.
Goodness gracious. Shout out to her.
I don't have that kind of strength in me.
I told you, all you had to do was call me. I'd have got that baby up out of there. I'd have gave her some castor oil. That's what it was.
Man,
right?
shut up. I told you that yesterday. First of all, stop giving away Latham's tips for free.
Gotta give away.
All right, I shouldn't even have gave out Latham's tip
that
yesterday.
Baby the lube would have just slid that baby right out.
Latham told my wife to take a shot of castor oil on Saturday night because she was dilating 2 inches or 2 centimeters. I don't freaking know, 2 something. And then she took the shot of castor oil and the contraction started that morning and that baby popped right out at 12:20 p.m. on Sunday.
The same oil I put in my old school car, we'd have put right in that thing would have came slid baby with a
castor oil. That's old school methods, baby. That's why. And I by the way, I'm from the country. I'm from South Carolina, so I love them kind of methods.
I never heard of that.
If it's an herb or oil, something we can drink, something we can rub on, something to get it done, I love that.
No.
Yes.
We usually told you have a lot more sex and that just makes the baby just start to.
Listen, I was softening that. I was softening that cervix with my semen for months.
It's the best, man. Pregnancy,
I love it.
Sex is the best.
No, I'm ready to lay on my wife. I'm ready to lay on top of her.
You ready to lay on
top of her? I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't wait till these 6 weeks over.
Okay.
Can't wait.
Well, let's get the show cracking. Taraji P. Henson will be joining us this morning.
Drop one of the clues bombs for Queen Taraji P. Henson and her best friend Tracy Jenkins, right?
That's right.
Taraji has launched her foundation. It's the Boris. Help me with this. Boris Lawson.
You asking me?
Okay.
Yeah, right. You better
that
look
should
it up.
be on the
Google
paper.
it. It should be. It's not on the paper.
Hold on. I don't want to pronounce her father's name wrong. I got it right here. Hold on.
Where's G when you need it?
It is the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, and it's
Boris L. Henson. Yep.
Yes, eradicating the stigma of mental health in the black community. You know I'm all about that. I've been telling y'all to get mentally healthy for the past year and some change. You know I deal with anxiety issues and PTSD and trauma, and I've been going to therapy to work it all out.
Okay.
And I love that she's launching this foundation because it's to eradicate the stigma of mental health in the black community, man. So I cannot wait to talk to Taraji this morning.
That's right. So we're going to talk with her in a little bit. Also, today is Will Smith's birthday.
And T.I.
Well, Will Smith is doing something crazy. This is his 50th. So for his 50th, I believe he's getting in a plane and jumping out of a plane over the Grand Canyon in a parachute with a helmet. Something crazy he's about to do for his 50th.
Too bad Uncle Phil not alive. If Uncle Phil was alive, he could have threw him and Jazzy Jeff out of a plane. Now that would have been that would have been hard for the culture. You hear me?
Goodness.
Can you not tell me that would not have been dope for the culture? Will Smith's 50th born day and Uncle Phil throws him and Jazzy Jeff out of a plane. Rest in peace, Uncle Phil. First things first, rest in peace, Uncle Phil. Drop on the clues bomb for Uncle Phil.
For real.
We syndicated in heavy.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. Today is Scottie Pippen's birthday as well.
Director.
Let's get the show cracking. Front page news. What you want to talk about on front page news?
Don't ask me. I ain't here. That's Angela Yee job. She not here. She late. I don't know nothing about no front page news.
I don't know either. Well, we're going to talk about something front page news. Well, let me see what I seen on the news.
Man, shut up, man. We'll wing it.
What
song you about to play?
What you think?
Little Duval, Smile Bitch.
That's what we should be playing. Yeah. Can you pull that up right
Reverse
fast?
That. Hey.
Can you pull it up a little fast? You know what I mean? Because
live radio.
It feels good.
It feels good. It's a good day,
my man.
man.
Charlamagne just had another baby girl. He's living his best life.
You know what I'm saying?
My kids is out here healthy.
Hey.
I'm healthy. I'm living my best life.
Lil Duval got the #2 song in the country. We're going to get it to #1.
We about to get it #1. He only lost about 40 spins.
40 spins. Y'all don't know nothing about that spin jogging, but don't worry about it. We know what we're doing.
All right. Now, Taraji P. Henson will be joining us in a little bit.
Yes.
We got it. I'm just, you got it. That's it. Come on, that got it.
There you go. Come on, now get Smile Bitch up. Lil Duval is performing at our annual concert this year called Powerhouse.
Let's play.
There you go. Hit it. Hit it.
Oh, there we go.
Drop one of the clues bombs, baby. It's Tuesday morning. We're gonna start this thing all right. Duval in the motherfucking house. Come on. I ain't going back and forth with you. Drop one of the clues bombs for Lil Duval.
That's right.
My partner Lil Duval got the #2 song in the country. I'm gonna tell you something else, man.
What's that?
He got another one, man.
Got another one?
I be wanting to tell Lil Duval his music whack so bad. But he got
another one?
And he got another one, man.
All right.
He got another one coming. He gonna wait to drop it when he go #1 with Smile Bitch.
Well, now he gonna be #1 for a couple weeks because Drake is way behind.
I know. That's what I'm telling him. Just be cool. Be cool
for a little bit.
He got another one.
Well, let's give him some front page news. Last night in Monday Night Football, the Steelers beat the Buccaneers 30-27.
I didn't watch football last night, but that's because I was in Harlem, 125th, doing an event with my man Emery Jones. But I think I'm about to start back watching football, man, because Nike sponsors the NFL. You know, Colin Kaepernick is signed to Nike. Colin is being looked at by a couple teams.
He wants to play.
So if Colin still wants to be in the league, I don't know why I'm not watching football. And since y'all running around here acting like the Nike logo is the new Black Power Fist, like Nike hoodies are dashikis, I'm about to start watching football again.
All right. Well, can you imagine this? An AT&T tech comes to your crib to fix your Wi-Fi. He fixes the Wi-Fi and has to use your phone to set it up. So when he takes your phone to use your phone, he cash apps himself $50.
Did you have to pay him $50 anyway? Was that their service?
No, that's not the service. He just took the $50.
But didn't he have to get paid for his labor?
That's through AT&T. You just can't take somebody's phone and just cash app.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Well, let's hear. We actually have audio of the lady confronting him.
I'm on my cash app now, and it's saying at 10:21 you took the $50. And then the thing is when you took the $50, you had a fake name. And then I just want to know what would make you do that?
I don't have an answer. I really don't. I mean, I will do anything and everything in my power to make this right.
Because right now, your job is depending on me.
I know, and trust me.
Like, the thing is,
2 kids and a single dad.
Listen, the thing is,
my wife passed away. Well, my fiance passed away.
Oh, now you think about that.
Listen, I'm old.
I got 2 kids.
I'm old. So people be asking me, do you have Cash App? And I'd be like, no. Matter of fact, Cash App and WhatsApp is the 2 things I keep getting asked, do I have? And I'd be like, no, I don't have either one of those things.
Well, WhatsApp is a lot different, but go ahead.
Okay. Like my homie Pete Davidson, he paid somebody with Cash App this weekend. And I was sitting there thinking, like, can people fake that? Like, can I fake pay you in that moment? Like, can I fake like I sent you the money? How do I know the money?
It goes right to your phone immediately. You can see it. Hey, this person just paid you.
So you can't never like bounce the Cash App.
No, you can pay the wrong person like I did that time, but that's about it. That's about it.
So the money is there. Once you send it,
the money is there.
No bouncing to the Cash App.
Money's there.
Okay, cool. All right.
That's not cool, man. You can't just take my phone and Cash App yourself, bro.
You shouldn't hand nobody your goddamn phone. Why she hand the person her phone again?
Because he was fixing the Wi-Fi in the crib.
What the phone got to do with that? Man, I don't know,
you don't
man.
Have Wi-Fi in your crib
I'm not digitally intellectual.
I can tell. Well, that is front page news. Now, let's get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night or bad morning, or maybe somebody took your phone and cashed at you. Whatever it may be. 800-585-1051. Get it off your chest. Hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You know what I'm saying? My daughter wide awake at 5 a.m. here in Wisconsin and everything. You know what I'm saying? She's giving me good love and everything. So I just want to get off my chest that I love the world, and I wish the world would have more better people winning.
There you go.
Hey, man, that's all we can hope for, man.
How old's your daughter, brother?
She's 4 months old right now. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. They get big fast.
Hold one last thing.
What's up?
Envy. Charlamagne got my daughter's name wrong the last time I called her. He called her Zendaya. It's Zendaya.
Zendaya, like the actress.
Yeah. So
right.
I just want to check you on that real quick.
You ain't got to check me. Just correct me. It's called correcting me, sir. It's not a check.
Well, give your daughter a kiss
God
from the Breakfast
damn.
Club, all right?
I always want to check people.
All right.
Good morning. Kayla!
Hey!
Good morning, Kayla.
What up, Kayla?
Good morning. It's so good to hear your guys' voice.
Good morning. We'll
Tell
get
us
off your
something
chest.
good.
I am driving in traffic right now, and I just moved out of New York, so I thought that I was done with traffic. Orlando is no better. Let me tell you guys.
I mean, Orlando got a lot of people there, though, so I can understand why.
It's horrible, and they're all crazy, like you say. The whole state of Florida is crazy.
I'm glad you know that all the craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida. That's a scientific fact.
And shout out to our family in Orlando, 104.5 The Beat. That's what you're listening to us on?
Yes, I love you guys. You guys are great.
We love you
back.
too, boo. I love Orlando, man. My aunt lives in Orlando. I got family in Orlando. I used to go to Orlando like every summer. And now, of course, we take all our kids to Disney World.
That's right. Hello, who's this?
Hi, it's Taylor.
Hey, Taylor. Good morning. Get it off your chest.
Good morning, Taylor.
Good morning. Morning, Charlamagne.
How are you?
So basically, I'm good. How are you? I just got off work, so I feel good.
Word. I'm blessed, black, and highly favored.
Hey, power to you.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I want to get off my chest. Basically, I have a 5-year-old son, and currently he just started living with his dad. And when I mean I've lost people, family, friends, a lot this year over the argument that supposedly I'm wrong for letting him live with his dad. I find that like crazy, and it like makes me mad.
Hey, what's wrong with letting your son live with his father?
Because everyone just says like, "Oh, you're his mom," and you're like abandoning him. And I'm like,
No.
I'm not.
How old is
lives
he?
With his dad.
He's 5.
He's 5.
Oh, no, not at all.
You're not abandoning him. That's like saying the father is abandoning him just because he lives with you full time. Like, yo, if a good parent, y'all can co-parent together.
Absolutely.
Nothing wrong with good co-parenting.
Yeah, that's what I think. Like, we haven't been together in 5 years. I had him for the first 5. His dad wanted to step in and do it full time, so I let him. Like,
I think that's dope.
Nothing against moms out there, but I personally don't think a woman can raise a man. I personally feel that way. Sorry.
Okay.
I mean, a woman can raise a man, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with letting the father raise
his
him
son.
full time. There's
Absolutely.
absolutely nothing wrong with that, man. You know how many women out there wish their fathers would step in full time? Not even just full time, part time, a quarter of the time, temp service time.
True. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you
The
for
world
checking
needs
in.
to know that it's nothing wrong.
All righty,
No,
mama.
You good, boo.
All right, you guys have a great day.
You too.
What's wrong with that? Brothers out here changing the narrative, you know what I'm saying?
Nothing
Holding their
at all.
children down full time.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up right now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Man, welcome back. Say it with your chest. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
So you better have the same energy.
Dania.
Good morning.
Good morning. It's somebody's birthday, huh?
It's my birthday.
Happy born day. You share the same birthday as Will Smith, T.I., Donald Glover, and Scottie Pippen.
And Catherine Zeta-Jones and Michael Douglas also.
Nobody
There you
cares
go.
about them
There
two.
you go.
Nobody cares about
We can
them two
tell you-
white people you just named. God bless them.
We can
Okay.
tell she in her 40. You want you 40 what?
No disrespect to them, but we don't care.
8.
38. Okay, what happened?
Put like a pin so it'll verify that you want to send it.
Oh.
Oh, got you.
Okay.
I still don't know what you're talking about, but I'm going to act like I do.
Well, thank you, Mama, and happy birthday. Enjoy your day.
Happy born day, boo.
All right, thank you.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, it's Franklin.
What's cracking, bro?
Franklin the Turtle.
What's up, Franklin? Get off your
Hey.
chest.
Hey, listen, this is what I want to know, man.
What?
There's a lot of discrepancies. At least I think so. I want to know what qualifies someone for saying the N-word.
Are you white or black?
I'm black.
Well, you can say the N-word. That's all that
I know,
matters.
but- Okay, I know that, but what makes other races other than black able to say the N-word?
Like who? Like Mexicans and
Spanish
Spanish people?
Spanish people
Exactly.
Spanish people got a pass from I don't know, when I was a kid.
I
Spanish
will
people
say
said
this.
the
That's
N-word.
only in New York, though. In L.A., they don't allow that at all.
No,
in
I'm
Cali.
in Florida. They allow that in Florida. Another thing, cause like you want to go with the hardship of the Spanish people. If you're gonna say that, what about the Jewish people? Can they say the N-word because they went through hardship?
No.
That's what
I think the N-word is reserved for the black and the brown, brother.
And I guess Latinos in New York, he's saying, but I don't know.
The black and the brown. Like I said, I mean, when I say brown, I mean the Latino community. But I mean, listen, I don't think we should be using the word at all. I think we should be using higher vibration words. You know what I mean? I like to call my people brother and king and God and queen. You know, I like higher vibration words, personally. If I call you a I'm using it in the context of the white man. You dumbass.
So that means an A-rap can say the N-word too then.
Man, leave me alone, man.
Too far, man. Just leave me alone,
I ain't got time
man.
for this stupid ass conversation.
How about that?
That's
Goodbye, man. Luis!
Hey,
Luis! Luis, ¿cómo está usted?
Estoy bien, ¿cómo está ustedes?
I see.
Nacho Grande, Ariana Grande, Bel Grande to you too.
Oh my goodness. Luis, what's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, guys? So I have a situation with being homeless until I'm, get my new apartment on the 18th, all because I bought a new 2 iPhones for me and my partner, and my sister's.
First of all, what do you call homeless? I don't like when people use the word homeless loosely. What do you mean homeless?
His sister kicked him out. He has no place to stay.
Living in a vehicle with my dog, because I have families that live in housing and they don't accept dogs, so my dog is basically keeping me from having a place to stay at. So I've been staying in my car for the past 3 days, and I've been going to the YMCA to shower and stuff so that I can go to my work routine, and my dog just chills in my car while I'm at work.
Do you have a place you can go?
No.
Your mom, grandma?
I only have my mom, but she has housing, so I can't stay with her. So she makes a big deal out of it. She's like, hey, you can stay here, but your dog can't. I'm like, I had my dog for 9 years, Ma. I just can't get rid of my dog. It's family.
Well, you got kicked out because you bought your boyfriend an iPhone and not your sister?
I bought my boyfriend and I an iPhone. I put it on Snapchat. She hits me up on Snapchat. She goes, yo, Tito, since you want to spend money on 2 iPhones, how about you grab your stuff and you get out my house, because it's not happening over here. You're not spending money over here.
Hold on. You got a boyfriend and you're homeless, bro?
I got a boyfriend. I'm homeless, and my
game is trash.
Well,
it's trash. Your mouth game, your jaw game is trash. You got a whole boyfriend out here and you homeless? I'm disgusted.
Well, we're an hour and a half away, so
I don't care.
YouTube channel.
And if he really loves you and your jaw was about something, he'd have you out there right now. He would never let you be out here in these streets 3 days homeless.
I don't know about the jaw game, but this ass game is good though.
No, it's not. That ass game stink. Okay.
The situation is that I just honestly, to tell the truth, I just been with my partner for 2 months, So I try to move in with him with my dog and stuff. It's just
boo! Jaw game trash. Butt game
is right.
Butt game too loose. All right. Boo!
No, it's a win or lose. I just don't want to put him in
win or
that
lose.
situation, so
You said win or lose.
Yeah, win or lose.
That's the name of a mixtape.
All right.
Win to lose.
Your name is Lewis?
What do you want, man?
All right, loose booty.
You want us to pray for you for being? What do you want us to do?
I want you to find me a home, man.
All right, man. Have a blessed day, sir. You be cool out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
You too, yo. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate all the morning talks you guys talk about. I love it all.
Love you, man.
All
right, brother. Praying for you, man. Wish you the best, man. Tighten that booty. Do some butt kegels.
That's what you say. Praying for somebody. I'm praying for you, brother.
Come on, man. Ask me for no house. It's September. Holidays right around the corner.
My goodness. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now, if you need to vent, you can always hit us up.
Today is the day that Bill Cosby will be sentenced for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant. That happened 14 years ago at his home near Philadelphia. Prosecutors are asking for the maximum 10 years in prison. They will give him the opportunity to speak to the court before they hand down the sentence today. We don't know whether or not he will speak, but they're saying it's almost certain he won't express remorse because he is planning on appealing his conviction. They do say that he is likely to be incarcerated, but they don't know for how long. Now, his lawyer has asked for a sentence of house arrest, and they still have to see whether or not Bill Cosby will be classified as a sexually violent predator, which means he could have a sentence at the higher end of that range. So we'll see what happens today.
I never thought we would see the day that Bill Cosby got sentenced, because I honestly thought he would have died first.
Well, they do expect a defense witness to testify today.
I thought you were going to say they do expect him to die later on today.
I mean, listen, part of what the defense is that what is he going to do? He's 81 years old. He's legally blind.
He's still got to pay for those
crimes. He's no
risk.
Though. So they're saying that there's no reason that there will be any new allegations, so he's not a violent predator.
I mean, any long jail sentence, even if it's a year, 2 years, 3 years, it could possibly be a life sentence for Bill Cosby.
He still got to feel it, though. He's
137 years old. He'll be dead. He'll die.
He's 81 years old. And he's still denying these charges, and he still plans to appeal. So clearly, if he does decide to speak, which we don't know if he will, he's not going to say, I am remorseful for things that have happened. So, all right, Billboard has announced they're going to do their first ever R&B hip hop power players event. It's going to be a award show focusing on artists who are driving, influencing, and guiding the industry. It's going to be invite only, and they're planning on having the top 100 artists and execs.
In R&B?
Hip hop and R&B.
First of all, don't niche us like that because we not niche. All right, but hip hop and R&B is the culture now. Ain't we not no niche? You don't got to do a separate award show for us. We should dominate your main award show.
Well, this year's event is going to honor Meek Mill. He's going to get the R&B Hip Hop Power Players Impact Award.
You know, you know why they're doing that? Because they just want to whitewash the main awards. You know, the main awards are the ones they put on TV. They want all of America to watch, but they're not reflecting the actual culture, which is totally black at this point.
Van Jones will be giving that award to him. Also, Coach K and P will be honored from Quality Control. They're going to be given the Executive of the Year awards.
They deserve that regardless, though.
Of course they do, man. They should be Executives of the Year at the main awards. The Migos, Lil Yachty, Lil Baby, the City Girls. Drop on the clues bombs for QC, damn it. They are the culture.
And now Cardi B.
Cardi's managed by them, yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, well, that's all going to happen on September 27th, and it's in New York City. So.
And it won't be televised.
FYI.
Billboard.
FYI.
That's Billboard's form of affirmative action.
It'll be online.
And DJ Clark Kent is DJing. So.
My God.
Shout to Clark Kent.
Drop on the clues bombs for Billboard doing the BET Awards and shit. All right, Billboard decided to have their own BET Awards.
They're saying that B.O.B. is going to be there, Black Boy JB, Jadena, Richie Kid, Playboy Cardi, Taylor Bennett.
Wow. I wouldn't show up if I was all y'all. I'm going to be honest with you. If they don't invite y'all to the main Billboard Award show, I wouldn't show up to that.
I'm with you.
But I don't understand why they even doing that event. Hip-hop and R&B is the culture.
Hey. Clearly, none of us were invited.
It's no niche.
This is my first time hearing about it.
we wouldn't have won anyway.
Is that the right word, niche or niche?
I thought it was niche, but...
Niche. It's no niche event.
I think it's niche.
Okay, it's niche. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
We know what you meant.
Yes.
And we
it's not that kind of event.
All right, SiriusXM is buying Pandora for a $3.5 billion deal. But it's all stock, so it's not $3.5 billion.
Who listens to Pandora? Everybody listens to iHeart.
I know.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. And Sirius, right? People listen to iHeart.
No, you don't listen to iHeart.
No, I'm saying people don't listen to Pandora or Sirius. They listen to iHeart.
Nah, all iHeart.
iHeart all day, B.
All right, so just giving y'all that heads up.
I don't even know why you're reporting that.
Just let it. Y'all need to know what's going on.
No, we don't.
Just in case you might have stock.
I got stock in iHeart.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right,
download the iHeart Radio app right now. Drop on the clues bomb for iHeart Radio. Damn it.
All right, LeBron
James.
People are trying to say that LeBron joined the Lakers to be closer to Hollywood, and he refutes that. Here's what he said.
My decision was based solely on my family and the Lakers. Listen, I'm a basketball player. That's what I live by, and when I do it at the level I do it at, everything else take care of itself. So, you know, as far as my business, those things have been taking care of itself way before I even came out here. To be a part of the Lakers franchise.
Knock it off, LeBron. Nobody believes that. Okay, that's like you coming back with a headline next year and trying to tell us the headline is real.
All I know is he's got like 25 shows right now.
Exactly. We know why you moved to Hollywood, and it's fine.
It's gonna be a tough season for him. Like, why would you go to a side where it's gonna be tough?
What do you mean?
Spurs, OKC. You got to play.
The West is beast. The Lakers will probably be like a 6th seed.
Nothing wrong with challenging yourself.
Exactly. And he's LeBron James. You know what I mean? He'll be all right.
And he still feels like everything's going to happen successfully, but he has so many movies coming out. He has a new House Party, the Space Jam 2.
Movies,
he has
TV
the TV shows, the Shut Up and Dribble documentary.
He got a lot going on.
LeBron's setting himself up for life after basketball. He's fine. He's not going to L.A. to win no goddamn ring. Knock it off.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yee. Now, when we come back, Taraji P. Henson and her best friend Tracy Jenkins will be joining us.
I love what they're doing, man. They have the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation, which is named after her father, and it's a foundation that is here to eradicate the stigma of mental health in the African American community. You know, I'm all about being mentally healthy, so I'm happy they're here.
A lot of times, people don't want to go see a therapist because they don't see people that look like them, in this in the Black community, and don't want to even pursue that as part of their career choices. So they want to make sure that that's an option.
So we're going to talk. Yeah, we're going to talk to them when we come back. We're talking mental health this morning. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. I mean, the guy, we are the Breakfast Club. Now, we got some bum ass people from Howard University up in here today coming to talk that Howard stuff already. I was trying to be nice. He's like, who wearing that fake HU stuff? We have Taraji Henson.
Hi, from the real HU.
And Tracy Jenkins, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Now, I didn't go to college. I sold crack. But my niece, Michaela, salute to Michaela, she bought me this months ago, and she hit me this weekend. She said, Taraji's coming Monday. You better wear that shirt. Oh. So I said, you know what, I'm going to wear it today.
I thought that was a Terrence Howard t-shirt.
Because she went to Howard. Now, let's talk about mental health a little bit.
Yes. First of all, can I just say I'm proud of you?
Thank you.
I really am, because brothers have it the hardest, and it's so incredible to see how you have put the shame away, and you've stepped up. You're a soldier, and I love you for it. I really do.
We're damaged people, and we got to go work on that damage.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Talk about it. We're predisposed to depression. Look at the history. I mean, it's that simple. Turn on the TV. That's PTSD right there. I don't care what color you are. But in our community, we don't talk about it. And that's an issue. My son's father was murdered when he was 9. My father died 2 years later on me in the room. I saw the last look. I felt his body go cold. That's traumatic. Those are things you can't pray away. And for so long, we've been told, oh, just pray it away. Jesus gonna take all your problems away. It's not that simple. Or you're weak, or we're demonized when we express our feelings because they've been bottled up for so long. When it was time for me to seek help for myself and my son, couldn't find anybody that looked like us. So now I know my son is going to have issues. Well, when the person on the opposite side of that sofa doesn't look like you, you're not going to tell your truth. So I called my friend, my best friend here, frustrated, because I was like, who can we talk to? Like, I have this pain. My son is not talking. Like, how do we fix this? And looking for a black therapist was like looking for a unicorn.
That's real.
Yeah. This world is jacked up. And I wouldn't want to raise another kid in this, with the social media and the bullying and we didn't have to deal with this stuff.
Not at all.
So now you talk about added mental issues, added stress with this social media thing. Just on your phone, somebody can break you down if you're not strong enough, and I'm pretty strong. I'm a tough cookie, pun intended. But stuff gets to me sometimes. You'll see my little clapbacks in the shade room because I'm human.
It's like being in an abusive relationship. You wake up every day and somebody verbally abusing you, and I'm like, why do we put ourselves through that every day?
Well, back to your son. So where did you find a therapist? You said you were looking for a therapist. What did you do?
I still haven't found the right one. We found 3 brothers and a sister in Pasadena, in LA, but we live in Los Angeles, so that commute alone, it's just like when I started looking, they were in other states. What's the statistics, Tracy, about how many degrees were given out and how many were given to African Americans?
So African Americans, when we're looking for these therapists, we're wondering why they don't exist. It's because they're not actually going to school to get the PhD in order to become a therapist.
Because we don't talk about it at home.
Yeah. And then, too, I think maybe they're wondering, is this really a viable career for me? Black people are not coming into the office and sitting on my couch and having these conversations, but the statistics are ridiculous. It's like 5% of all graduates with PhDs are Black in psychology. 5% out of 100%? That's crazy. And 76% are white? So, we were looking at those numbers and we're going, what is going on?
I was sick to my stomach.
The first thing we thought about was, perhaps they don't have the money to go to college and get that degree. So we wanted to make sure that we built something within our programming that would support that effort. At B, we don't talk about it enough. It's not a household conversation. Mommy, I want to go be a basketball player. Or I want to go be a cheerleader on the whatever.
Or even if you say doctor, you don't break it down to like psychiatrist.
No, exactly. No, right. So if we can sort of normalize the conversation and the language and press on the importance of it, maybe our kids will then say, hey, maybe that's something I want to do. So we're looking to help children especially see that there is, that the importance of mental health is present in our community especially, and that there is something they can do to change it, not just observe that it's happening.
No, you're right, because a lot of times in school, they'll say if a kid has they'll say they have ADD or ADHD, but what it is there's some things going on at home and they need some extra attention, and then automatically they try to put them in a different class, or, they fall behind.
I know that firsthand. Before I booked Baby Boy, I was a substitute teacher. And, I remember there's a class. You have to take a class. You have to take a series of tests. And then they divided the class into 2 sections. They were like, who wants to work with special ed children? I saw on the side of the special ed, there were maybe 1 person over there. So I was like, let me go over there. So I'm going to these schools. And then I decided I chose to work in the hood. And so I get to Crenshaw District. I forget the school. And, go to the class, and I'm waiting to see physically disabled children. No, I had a classroom full of all Black boys, all boys. And they were like, I'm special ed. And I said, well, what does that mean? Because you're walking. There's nothing wrong with you. What hurt my heart is that they believed it. Because I'm like, you're believing this label that they put on you? I did little, inventive things to motivate them. A lot of times they were hungry.
Right.
I would go get food and bring it to the class. It's terrible, but I would be like, you can't have this dessert until you do that math problem. Well, I'm special ed. No, you're not. And he does it. He would do it. You give him this piece of pie or whatever, and like, stop calling yourself special ed just because somebody said
I hate them labels.
Yeah,
I hate
labels.
I hate the AEDs. I hate that because it makes kids feel like I don't have to do it because I can't because I got this label on my. I hate those
I was
labels.
in remedial class for English and math, but that's because I failed a standardized test though. At one point, so they put me in remedial class, and I was in there with the so-called special ed kids.
Yeah. But that broke my heart. Right. This is a class full of young kings thinking that they are incapable of learning when your brain is functioning fine.
Did teaching those special ed kids prepare you to work with Tyrese and Baby Boy?
Taught me it helped me work with a lot of people that
All right, we have more with Taraji.
Back where I want to be.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Taraji P. Henson and her best friend, Tracy Jenkins, is in the building. Who did you talk to when you said you had to deal with all your stuff? Who was your shoulder to lean on?
I had to go to a professional because friends are great, but they have too many stakes involved. And a lot of times your friends, because they're I found someone that looked like me.
Oh, you found someone that looked like you. Okay. Because that's the problem is like, to talk to somebody that you feel doesn't get you.
Right.
Doesn't understand you. It's like, well, why? It's almost like you feel like I'm talking to the man. Like, why am I going to give you all my information? You're going to use it against me. That's the hardest part about it.
And I think for African Americans, when you walk in that room, it is very important who that person looks like on the other side of the sofa because we have trust issues and because we've been misdiagnosed
for years.
For years.
Hundreds of them.
Because of a cultural divide.
Your father suffered from mental health issues too,
Yes,
right?
he did.
So did you see any symptoms early in your son that made you think like, oh, my father went through that too? Or?
A little bit. I saw like anger issues in the early beginning of his, when he was really, really young. But once you get a control and an understanding of who you are, no one can use you against you. That's why it's so important, your book. No one can ever use your mental illness against you. You've already spoke about it. So what you got? Now let me help you. Let me inspire you.
That's real.
And what about your, your son's father when he passed? I know you had to have some really intense conversations with him about that, or did you?
I'm not even gonna lie. I remember when the light left his eyes. Because I took, how you do school pictures every year, and I lined them all up. And it was always the goofy, silly, laughing, light, sparkle in the eyes. 9th grade, dead eyes. It was years later when we got the therapy. But when I started looking back, I was like, I dropped the ball. That's when I should have taken him. But thank God I did pick the ball up. Absolutely. And I ran with it. And my son is very open about it. And I think that's good. Like you are. The more men that step up to the plate and come out, the more men that'll feel safe enough to do it.
It's difficult too. I mean, because even with depression, like talking about depression, it's like, you could go in the barbershop. We could talk about everything in the barbershop. Who's smashing this person, who's doing this. But when it comes to depression, it's kind of like, man up. And that's how people feel that men can't cry or men can't be sad.
It's hard for us to be vulnerable.
I told my son, cry, let it out. When he was little, I was like, baby, let it out, because that's a passing emotion. You need to deal with it and let it out, because if you harbor it festers and it becomes something else. And that's the story. That's what I would always tell him. I would be like, Marcel, you gotta express your feelings. You must express. I'm not gonna raise another black man who's afraid to express his feelings. I'm not gonna do it.
So what are the initial steps to eliminate the stigma on mental illness in the
Open dialogue, first of all. You gotta talk about
what we're doing.
Because right now we're not talking about it. Right? Pray it away. Prayer doesn't work all the time. You
might pray and God might say, go see a therapist.
How about that? How about that?
Yeah.
So I think the first step is open dialogue, putting faces to it that people look up to. Say, hey, look, I go see my therapist. And this is the problem. I'm going to address my people. Why is it that we can talk about our thyroid? Right? That's a part of our body. Is your brain not attached to your body? So why is that so difficult to talk about? It's still a part of your body. It's still considered it's still considered health. And I don't think we're inclusive with the mental part as African Americans when we talk about health.
I think a lot of with our community too. I think a lot of people feel like they can't afford it. You know, when we talk about thyroid, I can go to the doctor and my health coverage is going to cover it.
Right.
You know, if I'm talking about my backache, health coverage, but when I talk about mental, a lot of times they don't cover it. You know, and that's a problem.
I went through a breakdown. I suffer with anxiety, depression, and when I had my first breakdown, I went to the hospital emergency room because what's wrong? There was nothing I could do. My parents and nobody.
So what happened for people that don't know? Like,
remember your
what made
first
you go to
panic
the emergency
attack?
room?
I do. I woke up out of my sleep, and I could not understand how to move my body. Right, so I forgot how to walk, move my arms, all of that. And at that point, I was still with my parents. And my dad came into the room.
At what age? I'm just curious.
I was 14.
Wow.
And he actually had to lift me up, put me on his back, and take me to the emergency room because am I having a heart attack or what's going on? And when I got there, once I pulled up to the hospital, I was fine. And it was because I did not understand something. I think the big part of anxiety and depression is that you have this great fear because you don't understand something.
Yeah, you don't know why you're so scared all of a sudden.
Right. So then that just takes over. But once I got to a place where I knew that I would be able to understand or somebody could fix it right then and there, the fear and anxiety left. And I went into the emergency room and nothing was wrong. They did the EKG, they did blah, blah, blah. My mother said, and my mother suffers with it as well. It's actually in my family. It's my mom, myself, and my daughter. She said, we need an EKG in every corner store. Because seriously,
heart attack.
It always feels like a heart attack.
Did anxiety ever impact you, Taraji, when it came to like performing?
No. Anxiety affects me in my life. I think, and as I get older, it's starting to affect me even more. I was talking to my therapist about that. Like, I have these overwhelming sensations of being out of control. You know what I mean? Like, and you know the state of the world. I have a young black son who drives, who is out here in the world. So every time I hashtag with a black child, I go into a panic attack. I can't sleep. My eating is off. You know, that's mental.
I call that parental paranoia.
Yeah. And I walk around with it. It doesn't go away when they get grown.
Not at all.
You know, it's funny you say that about your therapist, because I've been talking to my therapist about that, and I guess that's when you have to implement like your old school spiritual principles and bring in the serenity prayer. But then I'd be wondering, like, yo, can we control things, or is things just out of our control? Some things are just out of our control.
Yeah,
right?
a lot of things are out of our control. It's how you handle them. It's how you process everything.
You know, therapy is great, and maybe some people want alternative methods of healing, right? So if, for example, if you understand your triggers, at least, I just don't go into spaces where I know that trigger is going to be.
Word.
She has done a lot of work. I remember when we were in college, we went to Hong Kong to do a play. Some producer paid for our entire production because we were that good at the real HU. Anyway,
we were probably too busy, but go ahead.
Yeah, but whatever. How are you too busy to go to another country and put on a play? Okay, whatever. So she was all drugged up on the plane. I have a picture. We were making fun of it back then because that's what we did. It was uncomfortable to talk about. And she did a picture with all those little pills, but she had to do that to get on that plane. Once upon a time, she wouldn't even get on a plane.
Wow. And I'm back to contemplating whether I'm getting on the plane.
But the part of the problem too is I think we try to self-medicate ourselves.
Yes.
We start off with weed, and then from weed we go to pills, and we think
we usually start off with alcohol.
Alcohol first.
Yeah.
And then we don't know what we're taking, we don't know the dosage, and then you look up and then we're stuck on something we can't get off of.
Yeah, because that's your coping mechanism. You've been doing it for so long. And it's not even helping.
All right, we have more with Taraji P. Henson and her best friend Tracy Jenkins. Don't move. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. P. Henson and her best friend Tracy Jenkins is here. Charlamagne?
Yeah, I'm not even telling what we're talking about. Taraji has a foundation, the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation. We had this great conversation about mental health, but why? Why are we having this conversation?
And named after your father.
And named after my father, who passed away in 2006 of liver cancer.
She's given us the history of how this organization came to be. And our targets are basically try to eradicate the stigma, first of all, around mental health challenges and issues. But we want to do that by bringing some more supports into the urban community around mental health, specifically in schools. The suicide rate for young African American children have doubled since the 90s. Have you even heard of black children say, I'm going to go kill myself at 9?
No.
And we don't hear about it, but you do a little research and the numbers will alarm you.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a crisis. So we definitely want to make sure that we're hitting the young people first by bringing more black mental health therapists into the school system. We also want to support young people who are interested in the field, so scholarships. And then we also want to attack the recidivism rate.
We have a lot of work to do.
We do.
You know, and I think it just takes celebrity. It takes people like us to stand up and say, hey, you're not alone. And let me just say this, the brothers that have stepped up, I'm just going to put them on blast. Snoop Dogg, Exhibit, Kevin Hart. It's just the men, the black men that have stepped up and understand this cause and who have written checks with no questions and said, baby, I got you. This is so important for us. Tracy Morgan. Like, just a phone call. And they wrote 5-figure check just like that because they know how important this is.
How can people donate? How can they donate if they want to donate?
Go to BorisLHensonFoundation.org.
And one thing that I've noticed too, we have this, I do this segment up here called Ask Ye, right? And so certain days it'll be all guys calling up for advice and sending me emails. And I think part of the problem is like they might be upset about a breakup or something like that their friends might make fun of them for, but they really do need help.
And I hate that we put that pressure on our men. It's not fair. They're human just like the rest of us, and they shouldn't have to be no more stronger than we do, you know?
Well, it's a survival method for us a lot of times.
I know it is.
And for women, it's hard to be as strong. Like you've been a strong single mother, you know, for as long as you have. And that's a lot of pressure too.
You know when I got free? The first time I said, I'm not a strong black woman. I'm weak today, damn it. I don't want to be strong. Somebody come over here and lift me up. I'm tired of being strong. When I said that, when I found I was free. I was free. We think that's cute. Be a strong black woman. First of all, that scares men. Because they're like, well, what am I supposed to do? Hey.
Right. And
It scares a certain type of black man.
They want you to be that.
My whole life I've grew up around strong black women. Like I'm in awe of my wife right now because I saw her deliver our third baby yesterday.
Congratulations.
With no epidural.
Oh, congratulations.
In 2 hours with 3 pushes. And I'm like,
oh, whoa.
That could not have been me.
Well, let me.
Congratulations on your pregnancy too.
Oh God,
Evie, why would you do that?
I can't stand you. You not just was on Good Day, Good Morning, Good Day. What was I on? I said this. I was like, I'm still.
She's on Goodbye DJ Envy right now.
Every interview, I'm gonna have to say I'm not pregnant because every day I get, oh, we're so happy for you, Calvin. We're not.
He didn't even ask you. He just looked at you like you got your stomach protruding or something.
This felt like some Howard University hate.
I got an alert that said she was pregnant. Says Taraji from Howard is pregnant.
She so is not. She so is not.
How did you deal with your father having mental issues when you were young? Because you didn't really know what that was then, did you?
I really didn't. The reason why I was able to maneuver through it all is my dad was very honest.
Good Lord.
He was brutally honest about his truth, about things that were going on in the world. He never hid anything. He would show you the wound in his head from when he tried to commit suicide. He was just, I would have to give my friends a disclosure before they came in the house. Like, okay, hold on. Don't take anything he says personal. You know?
Right. The first time I met him, he was like, buckwheat.
Yes. Wait a minute. This is back in the day. This is back in the day when we got issues with light skin, dark skin. I would be like, he would like, come in, buckwheat.
I know you were like, please don't.
Okay. Please.
Why did he call you buckwheat? Because you had hair like that or something?
No, maybe.
No,
but
she
we were
did
like,
not.
I swear
but
to God,
he just would look at you and call you a name.
Whatever
I
he
had
thought
two
of.
friends who were very tall. They were like 6 feet tall, sisters. He called them Baby Huey and Louie. I had a girlfriend who did a play. We did a play and she carried an egg in the play. And till he died, he called her Egg. He would not call her Edwina. Where's that egg? My girlfriend Pam had slanted eyes. He calls her China Woman.
Yeah, it's just straight
Sounds
up.
like my dad.
It's just straight up.
Tracy, did anybody in your family have mental health issues?
Absolutely.
Okay.
My mother, me, my sister, my daughter. So for us, it's like a genetic kind of thing. I mean, we realize that now. But we didn't talk about it coming up. It was very quiet. It was a secret in the house. You know, you don't want to give people permission to label you. That's
right.
how we grew up in my house.
It's sad. Back to the labels again, and this is a pet peeve of mine. How I was introduced to ADD was the crack baby. That's when I first started hearing them label kids as ADD. Now it's just loose. Everybody got it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, isn't the point of the beauty of kids is that they are so full of energy and that they... So I'm just a little, because I remember one time a teacher tried to say my son was ADD, and
they said that about every kid at some point.
And that's my problem with it.
Trying to put you on Ritalin.
Man, let me tell you, it took about 10 people to keep me from going up there putting my foot in her ass. Not only that, because he was like one of maybe 3 black kids in the school. So you gonna drug my black son up because he's rambunctious? It's your job to figure out a way to teach him the way he needs to learn.
My kids didn't grow up like I grew up. I grew up in Queens, a lot different. We all had the same energy. We was all black. We all did everything. My kids, because they're not like the quote unquote white kids, they're a little different.
Just say it. We're genetically superior.
They,
just say
it. It's a different way. Like, because my kid is so aggressive, like, for instance, and this is probably bad parenting, you hit me, I hit you back. That's what my parents taught me. I taught my kids. In that area, they don't. And as soon as you do, he's aggressive.
Yes.
Happens.
You see what I'm saying? He's aggressive.
But see, that's the thing. People don't take into account that we have a cultural difference, right? So we were raised in a certain way. These cycles that you continue to tell your kids what your parents told you. It's about how I protect myself from all that's going on out there. So what I think what we want to do is say, let's figure out how we can break the cycle so that what we're telling our kids is something that's changing the way that we look at mental health in our community.
And we thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you so much.
I did have one question though. This is from Taraji's book because I was really thinking about this. You say you met Mary J. Blige, just me random as a fan. You say you met Mary J. back in the day, but she was rude to you the first time.
Yeah, we laugh about it now.
But then as you glowed up, she wanted to be your friend.
No, this wasn't even like that.
It wasn't
everybody, you know, she just at that particular point, she wasn't in a good place in her life. You know what I mean? And then she grew and blossomed and we laugh about it now. I never held it against her.
That's what I wanted to know.
You know why? Because I'm a celebrity now. And when I don't feel like being bothered, you might get slacked by her or my friend or my sister out there. So I get it now.
Well, thank you for joining us.
Shout out to Empire, new season coming. And of course,
26,
What Men Went, which I'm really excited to see because I loved watching What Women Went, but I would love to see it from a woman's point of view.
It's really good.
Someone like
really
me.
Good.
So see what those men are thinking about us. Although I don't know if in real life we would want to know that.
I don't want to know, but I tell you this. We all want the same thing.
And some sex.
Well, I want me some sex. I need to go home.
It's Tracy Jenkins, Taraji P. Henson. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us. The Breakfast Club, where you get food for your soul.
DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now let's get to these rumors. Let's find out which rapper is hospitalized due to an overdose.
It's time. She's spilling the tea. This is the Rumor Report with Angela Yee on the Breakfast Club.
Well, Little Xan was in the hospital. Now he had posted a picture of himself riding in the back of an ambulance. Nobody knew what had happened, but he revealed why he was in the hospital because of too much of this.
I just want to let everybody know I was in the hospital, not due to any drugs, but I guess I ate too many hot Cheetos and it ripped something in my stomach open, so I puked a little blood. So we good.
How many hot Cheetos would you have to eat for that to make your stomach bleed?
I'm a grown-ass man. I'm a grown-ass man who has told a lot of lies to my parents. Okay, you think I'm falling for that one?
I didn't know that flaming hot Cheetos could do that to you.
You'd fall for that, huh, Yee? I wish I had you as a mom growing up.
And mess up the lining of his stomach.
Oh, really? Yeah, Yee. Yeah.
I know if I was Cheetos, I would sue the ish out of him.
Yeah. Why? Now, you going too far. Why?
You saying that too many Cheetos put you? Too many Cheetos put you in the hospital?
Well, you're right. Yeah, teach that little boy a lesson about lying. Sue his little ass. Sue Lil Xan right now. Yeah, Cheetos. What's the tiger name from Cheetos? Cheeto the tiger.
That's his name.
I don't know.
Or did you make that up?
I made it up. Chester, sue his ass, Chester.
I always thought Chester was the
molester?
Never mind. It's the worst name to have.
Yeah, that's a bad name.
Cheeto
to Chester.
Cheeto
That is
the
a terrible
Chester.
name.
All right, Cardi B, congratulations. She got her third #1 single on Billboard's Hot 100.
Drop one of Clues bombs for Body, damn it.
Yes.
She's the first female rapper with 3 Hot 100 #1 singles. So congratulations. That's the song she has from Maroon 5.
And am I making
That's
this
dope.
up? Was that yesterday the 1-year anniversary of Bodak Yellow actually going #1 too?
Was it?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I saw that somewhere.
Oh, I don't know.
I think
if
I saw
that's
Elliot
true.
Wilson and somebody post that. Salute to Elliot Wilson.
But congratulations to her. Now, of course, everything always has to come with some drama. People are talking about the fact that they say that Rihanna unfollowed her on Instagram. Well, here's what Cardi B has to say about that.
And a lot of people was doing rumors up that a couple of celebrities, they don't follow me, and that was not even true. Those celebrities wasn't even following me. Why can't I just stop making rumors, trying to make me look like I'm just over and everything? Y'all will see when my time is over.
She's like, they wasn't even following me in the first damn place.
Body gonna be fine.
I love Cardi B.
I love Cardi too. We all love Cardi. I've heard new Body music. Body gonna be fine.
Now, shout out to Mike Kaiser from Atlantic Records. He actually had on a Cardi B t-shirt over the weekend at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. I guess she has these t-shirt and it has a knot picture on the picture with the knot on her head, and it
Yeah.
says, "I will not tolerate disrespect."
Yeah, I saw that.
Let me tell you what
Mike
Cardi
Kaiser
did.
looks stupid in shorts, by the way. Drop on the clue
He
box
does,
for Mike
'cause
Kaiser.
he's like 6'9".
You're too tall. If
He's
you're not on the
6'9".
basketball court, bro, yeah, you don't need to be wearing shorts. Find some sweatpants.
Those
or
are actually
something, Kaiser.
sweatpants, but they're just short on.
I
them.
believe that.
No, they not.
Kaiser look good in some capris.
Now shout
Okay,
to
I'll
Cardi.
let him know. What else would he look good in?
Stop it. This guy right here. Now, Cardi heard I was doing the car show, and she said she reached out and said I can use her car for the car show. So
Well, good, because Car is in the name Cardi. You can't say Cardi without
there
saying
you go.
Car.
So I appreciate that, Cardi B.
All right. Well, she also has caused the sales for this sex enhancement pill to actually soar. She posted, "Ladies, have you ever tried the pink pussycat pill? What you think about it?" And she posted that, and when that happened, they normally sell about 100,000 units a month, but now after this, they got a ridiculous amount of sales.
What is the pink pussycat pill? What is that? Is
Don't
it
you
for
worry
women or
about
men?
it. It's for women.
Oh.
You want to try it and see
Nope.
what happens?
I don't know what it is. I'm just curious. What does it do?
Get your butt wet.
Oh.
For you.
Wow.
But it says sex,
Come through
sensual
dripping.
enhancement arousal for women.
Jeez, okay. Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, I guess you won't try that. All right. Kevin
I'll
Gates
pass.
was on with Zane Lowe, and he talked about just basically battling inner demons and how people have listened to his music as a form of therapy. Here's what he has to say about rehab.
Rehab is for quitters. You have to replace negative habits with positive habits because everything for me is a trigger. And there's so many people that come to me and tell me, hey, your music has helped me. So I'm not trying to be an advocate for people that battle with depression, but I know that I am.
All right. And he also goes on to talk about for the first time he feels truly free.
This is my first time truly being free. I always had something over my head. I always was fighting a court case. I always had a warrant or something pending. This is my first time truly enjoying life for the first time. And I've been taking it slow, and I've been enjoying the simplest things. I've been enjoying the small things. And by focusing on enjoying the small things, it allows you to be appreciative of the large things.
Well, that's nice. He hasn't been doing a lot of interviews since he got out of jail. So that was good to hear him out and about doing some more press.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
Hey, salute to my homie Dion too, man, out there listening in L.A. Drop on the clues bombs for Dion. Makeup by Dion.
No, that's where you get your makeup from?
No.
You look good.
Yeah, you be
First
looking
of all, this
shiny
is all
when you got
natural.
that,
Y'all gonna
right?
stop. Y'all gonna stop disrespecting.
Dion, what up, Dion?
Y'all gonna stop disrespecting Dr. Natasha Sandy, okay? And this fine, polished look I have.
All right. But Dion, make sure you good when you.
Oh,
on
look,
the
somebody
West.
tweeted us about the
She
Flaming
never
Hot
beat my
Cheetos
face.
story. Shout out to the Nightcap TLJ. She said those Flaming Hot Cheetos will do that. They messed up my daughter's esophagus. If you read up on it, the red dye is extremely damaging to your inside lining.
Oh.
See? Little Zan might have really went to the hospital for overdosing on Red Hot Flaming Cheetos.
Well, stop feeding your kids Red Hot Flaming Cheetos. First of all,
He
what
can
the
buy
hell?
his own.
What the hell flavor is Red Hot Flaming Cheeto?
Hot.
Man, shut up. What flavor is that? Stop feeding your kids this processed food with a bunch of dye on it, and then when they die, you looking crazy.
I think he bought it on his own. I don't think his parents fed it to him.
I'm gonna tell you something. Your kids die off Red Hot Flaming Cheetos. They don't deserve a funeral.
Don't say
That's
that.
not. Why would you say a thing like that?
Because kids don't know no better.
Oh, look, there's a whole story about it.
What?
Why Flaming Hot Cheetos are sending kids to ER.
Well, take them off the freaking shelves then.
Yeah,
Wow.
they kind of should go off the shelf.
Duh.
I never heard of this before.
Me neither.
But then again, cigarettes cause cancer and people still smoke it.
You should hold the parents responsible if your kids die from eating Red Hot Flaming Cheetos.
All right,
Damn, it says it can turn your stool red or orange.
That'd be kind of dope. You
And they might
your stool come out red.
And they might mistakenly think it's a sign of blood, which means that you get panicked and you go to the hospital. But they said the good news is there's probably nothing wrong.
Well, now you got a reason to explain to your wife why your stool is bloody.
Come on, get it out, get the joke out.
I'm just saying. Now you have a reason.
Get it out.
Now you have a reason to explain to your wife why your stool is bloody. That's all.
It would have been funny the first time if you got it out the right way.
I'm just saying.
It'd been funny if you got it out the right way.
I was thinking in my mind, making sure I wasn't cursing. Because in my mind, I was cursing. I'm being honest. I could hear it in my mind.
Goodness gracious.
All right, Ernie and Bert, relax. That's your rumor report.
Well, who you giving your donkey to over there?
Listen, before after the hour, we need to have a quick conversation with everyone who's acting like Nike is the new Black Power fist. All right? Okay? Please, let's all gather around. Let's just simmer down a little bit and have a conversation, okay? Okay.
All right. We'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Yes, Donkey of the Day for Tuesday, September 25th is going to all of you people out there who are acting like the Nike logo is the new Black Power fist. Listen, man, I support Colin Kaepernick wholeheartedly. Drop one of Clues bombs for Colin Kaepernick. That's a man I consider a friend, and I am extremely glad that Colin did a business deal with Nike. I have been saying on this radio for a while that the first company who signs Colin to a sneaker or apparel deal is going to win and win big, and we are seeing that now, because according to Reuters, since the Colin Kaepernick Nike ad was released, Nike has sold 61% more merchandise and added almost $6 billion to the company's market value. That would have happened with damn near any sneaker company Colin would have signed to, except maybe Under Armour. All right, Under Armour, you need new designers for your sneakers and some of your apparel because it's trash. But back to the matter at hand, Colin Kaepernick is great for the business of Nike, and I really feel in my heart that a lot of you people have forgot that there is no permanent friends or enemies when it comes to business. And that's all Nike is, a business. But a lot of y'all out here acting like Nike hoodies are dashikis. Okay, y'all acting like the Nike logo is the new symbol of resistance in America, and I'm here to tell you that it's not. It's the same old swoosh it always was, okay? But, you know, it doesn't warrant churches like Metro Baptist Albany in New York to have Nike Sunday. Oh, yes, on Sunday, September 30th, Metro Baptist Albany is having Nike Sunday, where the minister will preach on the subject of being more than conquerors. The flyer has an image of Colin Kaepernick on it with the Nike logo. Like, come on, man, knock it off. All right, you want to incorporate what Colin has done in your sermon? Great, but what the hell Nike got to do with it? All right, they just a corporation who getting money from all sides. Let's not forget, they still sponsor the NFL, which is the same organization that blackballed Kaepernick in the first place. And as of right now, it's still blackballing him. Not to mention, go read an article on thestranger.com with the headline, "Despite progressive rebranding, Nike donates more to the GOP." All right. According to the Center for Responsive Politics, during the 2018 election cycle, Nike employees, along with the company PAC, contributed over $400,000 to Republican candidates and the GOP, compared with only $122,000 to the Democrats. That means 78% of the company's political contributions were to the GOP in 2018. And look, call me a hypocrite, but I'm still rock Nike. But I'm rocking Nike for the same old reasons I always rock Nike, because I like it. And I like it even more now because they have signed Colin Kaepernick. But what I'm not about to do is wear a Nike outfit to an award show and act like it's made of kente cloth. All right? I love Jennifer Lewis. That's not a shot at her in any way, shape, or form. I'm just telling you what I'm not going to do and how I feel like people are going too far. Because once again, the Nike logo is not a sign of resistance in America. And if we don't get this right and draw the line, we're going to have more misfires like the one we saw Grey's Anatomy star Jesse Williams make yesterday. Jesse is doing a movie on Emmett Till, titled Till. The 14-year, if you don't know who Emmett Till is, he's the 14-year-old black man who was murdered in the South on August 28th, 1955 for allegedly whistling at a white woman. Well, Jesse Williams decided to conflate the two subjects, and he had Colin Kaepernick's Nike campaign ads with pics of Emmett Till's funeral. Okay, one pic in particular had Emmett's mom, Mamie, standing over Emmett's casket with the phrase, "Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything." Jesse, I expect more from you, my brother. All right, this is the type of tone deafness that happens in a corporate boardroom full of Caucasians. with no diversity in sight. I mean, the mayonnaise was heavy on these memes. All right. I looked at these and said, no way Jesse Williams really sent these out, but he did. And the backlash was swift, heavy, and deserving. So Jesse pulled the pics. All right. First of all, Emmett Till was not a sacrifice. Emmett Till was murdered by white supremacists, by racist, bigot, cracker-ass, cracker-white devils. Okay. He was brutally and unjustly killed. There was no sacrifice. All right. His mom didn't want that to happen. Her son wasn't an offering to God or some divine supernatural figure. Okay, Emmett Till wasn't killed as a religious sacrifice, so it doesn't even make any sense. But Jesse and his team got caught up in the hype of everybody out here acting like the Nike logo is the equivalent of a Malcolm X hat or an African medallion. All right, you want to make a statement at an award show? Wear an actual I'm with Cap shirt. Or a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. Or wait until Colin's actual Nike line drops and wear that. Be intentional with your messaging, okay? Those themes I just named are actual signs of resistance. The Nike logo is not that. All right, Nike is a business playing all sides because they understand what we don't, and that is no permanent friends or enemies in business. When I see that in 2010, 2012, and 2014 election cycles, Nike gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to Republicans with 76%, 69%, and 59% of their contributions going to the GOP in each of those cycles respectively, and when I see almost half of this year's donations come from Nike founder Phil Knight and his wife, who have donated at least $1.5 million to an Oregon Republican candidate named Newt Buehler, who supports lower taxes for corporations and wants to end Oregon's sanctuary law for undocumented immigrants. How can you fools act like Nike is anything but a corporation who wants to cover all bases? They want all the money. Look, I'm all for supporting progressive companies, but despite the Colin Kaepernick campaign, Nike ain't it. So please give everyone acting like Nike is the symbol of resistance in America the biggest he are. Please. I ain't going back and forth with you niggas about this either.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today, sir. Now, when we come back, what happened on Insecure, Yee?
Well, our girl Issa Rae has a new man. I don't know if that's really her boyfriend, but she was dating someone and all of a sudden he went ghost. Now we know he's alive and he's around because he's been speaking to Lyft about an incident that happened when she was driving her Lyft. But he's not answering her calls. She can't find him, so she's got to track him. Well, she doesn't have to track him down, but clearly she wants to. So
a lot of things could be happening. He could be in the hospital. He could be in jail.
But he's talking to Lyft about the incident that happened in the Lyft. So we know that he's been speaking to someone. He's just
I'm gonna
not
be honest with you, man.
calls.
I saw the episode when they smashed. She was out all day. You know what I'm saying? Could have had a little older. Could have turned them off. I'm just saying.
But what are some reasons that people go ghost? When you've been dating, you feel like everything's going really well. Why would a man disappear? First thing that always comes to my head is he's got a family at home. Especially because they didn't know each other that well.
So we just talking about ghosting in relationships. All right.
I can honestly say in my later discretions in life, even though I am
Earlier
a proud member
discretions.
of the faithful black community now, that is exactly why I would ghost a woman. Because I have a whole family at home. if I'm being
the
honest.
times were hot, it got hot. Hey,
if I'm being
Like,
honest.
what happened to Charlamagne?
Yes, if I'm being
You know how many
honest.
people would be like, I didn't know he...
That is not true. You don't tell that lie.
800.
All the women know
585.
when I was out here in these streets.
Now, Effie got
1051.
ghosted
I did get ghosted.
by R. Kelly.
Great
But
segue.
we'll tell that story when we come back.
Put a period on that. Let's talk about it when we come back.
800. See, y'all make it sound so crazy. But 800. Yes, R. Kelly did
Shut
ghost
up.
me.
Don't tell
We'll
no
talk
more.
about it when we come back. 800. Y'all are foul.
How
800.
old were you?
I was young. 800-585.
This is getting good.
Younger, I should say. 800-5.
This is getting good.
We'll be right back, man. If you ever ghosted somebody, call us now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good
Were
morning.
you brainwashed?
If you just joined us, we're talking ghosting now. Where does this come from, you?
This came from Insecure, but it also comes from real life. Issa just got ghosted by a guy who appeared to really like her and seemed to be a nice guy. What could have went wrong?
All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Did you ever have to ghost somebody?
Well, you've been ghosted.
I wasn't necessarily ghosted. All right, so what happened? What happened was, this is when
First of all, how old were you?
I must have been. I was like 20 or 21.
Okay,
21 years old, fresh young tender, getting flown to Chicago by Robert, the pedophile Kelly.
R. Kelly did fly me to Chicago.
Me too.
I wasn't first class. He flew me to Chicago.
Middle seat?
wasn't a middle seat. I had my own seat.
I didn't say it was in your own seat. I said it was in the middle seat.
I think I had a window.
Sit on someone's lap.
And he flew me down there to do a mixtape. We was going to do a mixtape, and I had to DJ a function for him.
So you told him
This
you
is
do
before or after the R. Kelly tape?
You told him you do
This
music.
is before the R. Kelly tape.
Before the R. Kelly.
Before the R.
He
Kelly
was like,
tape.
"Oh, you do
It
music?"
was before we knew he was a predator.
Right. So he flew me out. I checked into the hotel, and then when I got into the hotel, he never called.
He never called.
Oh my gosh!
Just never called
So you just
back.
had a free trip to Chicago.
Yeah, I just went. And this was the time when I really didn't have money. So it was not like I could just be like, yo, I'm out and buy my own ticket. So I had to wait till my flight left.
Damn.
Yeah.
So knowing R. Kelly, he probably turned his assistant and said, "How old is he again?" 20. That's too old for me.
Shut up, man.
You know how I like my tenders.
Now,
All right?
Charlamagne, I'm sure you ghosted somebody in your previous life.
Listen, let's be clear. I am a proud member of the faithful black male community. It's a gated community. You know what I'm saying? I have sworn off all infidelities. I'm 3 years sober, 3 years clean now. But in my day, when I was a junkie, I absolutely did ghost women. And the reason I ghosted them is because I got a whole family at home.
And what did I say is the number one reason that if somebody says he ghosted me, like, he probably got a whole family.
That's
at
the
home.
truth. Once the block get hot, once the block get hot, and I feel like the feds, aka my wife, is barreling down on me, I'm out.
You got to burn
You know
down the
what I'm
car.
saying? Or if you, as the other woman,
Are getting too
getting a
attached.
little too attached, you know what I'm saying? I got to do what's best for me.
What's best for you at that situation.
And us.
Okay.
And by us, I mean me and my family.
Got you.
And separating myself from
that
you.
situation.
When you're laying
Okay?
there and she's like, our kids are going to be so cute.
It's stupid stuff. You be in the bed, you know what I mean? No, you be in the bed and your wife will
You
call.
sure you want to tell the story?
Yes.
Okay.
You be in the bed and your wife will call and you know what I'm saying? She want to FaceTime and you FaceTime and the girl you with will jump under the covers and you like, and then when you get off the FaceTime, she be like, that was good, right? And I'm like, oh, no. I don't like that. It don't make me feel good. I'm going to be totally honest with you.
So you would FaceTime with your wife while another
making me
woman
feel
was
uncomfortable.
We
in
was
the
stupid,
bed?
man. We was dumb. We was dumb. Like, I mean, listen, I'm be honest with you.
disrespectful.
I am be honest with you. Men are stupid.
They are.
No, we are dumb.
We
We
are. I
are
said they are,
dumb.
but I'm not-
I be
Yeah, we
looking
are.
at dudes now getting caught up, man, and they be trying to juggle all of these different women. I'm like, yo, they look so stupid to me now. And I say to myself, I can't believe that used to be me.
Well, you know what? Or, like, let's say you get too attached to the girl's child and you're reading them a book and they say, good night, daddy.
Oh, so when another woman's child is calling you daddy, it's time to go ghost?
Did you go ghost then? You know what? I'm not
Tell
messing
you
with
something,
Charlamagne.
DJ
No,
MB.
I'm not
No, because I don't hear you telling those stories, but you got some stories that you
He
can
just
tell.
told us R. Kelly story.
No, forget R. Kelly. All right, let's talk. Let's be being honest here.
Let's go to the phone.
Hello, who's this? Hello?
Yeah, what's up?
What's up, man?
Why are you mad at him?
I don't know. Why are you so mad? Why are you so aggressive? Who
No,
ghosted you?
you were aggressive.
I'm trying to get away from Charlamagne.
I see. Okay, sir, what's your name?
Pat.
Pat, what are some reasons that you've gone ghost?
Ugly feet, corns on the feet, and when the pom pom is kicking,
Wow.
it ain't right. When it ain't right, you gotta go.
I
You've had
told
some
you that
bad
on Insecure,
experiences.
Issa and that dude was out all day long. So she might have had a little vaginal odor.
He might have had a stench his damn self.
That might be on the next episode. Next episode might be all about how he didn't call her back because she had a little smell.
Hello, who's this?
Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. You had to ghost somebody?
Yeah, it was one of my old co-workers from years ago. He sent me a picture, and it was not impressive.
Oh, he sent you a penis pic.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's a little bit much. You
Now,
can't, that's too
a
aggressive.
question. If it's not impressive, why would he send you a non-impressive penis picture?
I don't even know. I guess he was confident in what he had, but it just wasn't up to standard.
Well, let me ask you a question. If it was up to your standards, would you have appreciated that penis picture?
Yeah, I would have appreciated it if it was up to standard.
See what I'm saying?
So you had to see him at work after that?
Yeah, I did. I kept it cordial, but as far as anything that didn't have to do with work, it was no extra talking.
I don't like this, and the reason I don't like
you,
this
Mama.
is because if the penis pic was up to standard, she wouldn't have been offended.
That's true.
But being that it wasn't up to standard, she's offended. I don't like that. You should just be offended that he sent you a penis picture, period.
Well, she liked it. She just didn't like his.
I don't like that.
You know, because you're never mind. 800-585-1051. Have you ever ghosted somebody? And if you did, call us up and let us know. Explain, Yeezy.
Yes, Issa Rae, the guy that she was dating, ghosted her, and no one knows where he is. What could have happened?
Vaginal odor. He might have a whole family.
A whole family.
You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different reasons.
Sometimes
why
your
people
ex
go
comes
ghost.
back into your life, or you were in another situation and that starts to work out, so you got to cut off everything else that you just started.
And we're also forgetting something that people don't talk about anymore, but hit it and quit it is a real thing. Hit it and quit it is something that has always
But it wasn't a
existed.
hit it and quit it situation. They went out a few times.
Not on Insecure.
Yeah, they did.
Insecure, they had the lift ride. They went out and they jumped in the pool
Yeah,
at
they
one
broke
point.
into the house and then they hung out at Coachella.
Yeah, but they didn't actually go out on an official date.
And then they had that lunch date. Yeah. Oh, well, that was when they
That was when they jumped in the pool.
But that's more than just one time.
I guess.
All right, well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
Chastity.
Hey, mama. We're
Chastity.
We're talking insecure and ghosting. You ever had to ghost somebody?
Yeah, I'm like the ultimate ghost though. I'm the type of ghost that like leaves you alone because like my regular relationship is going good, and then like 7 months later pop back up like, hey, how you been?
Sheesh. You like a
It
Mari
always
Hardwick
works.
ghost.
Why you ghosting people, boo?
Because sometimes I need a little variety, but they aren't necessarily important enough for me to around.
So you just want to play around a little bit and then get right back.
You know, and then when they're acting right, there's no need to entertain, so they have to get put back on the shelf, and then you take them off later.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you something. Don't get haunted. Don't get haunted by ghosts. You know what getting haunted by ghosts is, right?
Ghost of Christmas past.
When you sleeping around with getting all this variety, and then you get chlamydia.
Oh my goodness. That's what you call haunted? Oh my goodness.
Ghost safely.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this is your boy AJ, Big Dre Day out to Mississippi.
AJ or Big Dre? Which one is it, bro?
Dre Day.
Dre Day.
We're talking ghosting, man. You ever had to ghost somebody?
All day, every day. Man, I had to, man. I was dating this chick. Like, we had went out on 2 dates, right? And on the second day, we was kind of getting hot and heavy and everything, and, you know, about to really get into it. And we're kissing and grinding, and she, like, hits me in the chest with both hands, pushes off from me, looks me dead in my face, looks me dead in my face and say, don't make me have to you up. You know what I mean? So I was like, after that, I'm like, you know what? This right here is not going any further.
Yeah, that don't sound like consent to me, brother. I'm glad you stopped it right then and there,
Oh my gosh.
Right. Like, well, you know, I just took it as, you know, this chick right here is a fighter. She's going to really, and this was years ago, man. Like, this was so long ago, but.
It sounds kind of wild.
Got that instant.
Maybe she was just into S&M and she was trying to test the waters.
What it was to me was, hey, if you know you own some BS, you better stop now. And I stopped now.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Like, she was telling you, like, if I do this to you, if we have sex, don't make me have to F you up because I'm going to be all into you.
Right.
You were like, let me get out of here.
Got
Yeah,
you.
you might have did the right move. Thank you, brother.
Either way, you'd made the right decision.
What's the moral of the story, guys?
The moral of the story is don't get haunted by ghosts. All right, y'all doing all of this ghosting, but what happens when you get chlamydia? What happens when you get herpes? What happens when you get syphilis? All right, that's when those ghosts come back to haunt you.
Well, shout out to Taylor here, who says that when she gets ghosted, she creates fake accounts to stalk the person who ghosted her.
Where's Taylor? Why we didn't bring Taylor in here? Where's she at? Taylor, bring your. Where's she at? She over there?
She has fake
Taylor,
accounts on Facebook.
Run over here. We got Taylor coming over here. Taylor be lying though. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Taylor got some extreme stories that she be telling. I don't know if this is true or not, because she be walking around here single as hell, but she claimed to be breaking up with all of these different dudes. Tell us about a ghosting scenario, Taylor.
They said, Taylor, you create different accounts when people ghost you to make sure that they never ghost you. They can never leave.
That's not what happened.
You can never
What
leave
happened, Taylor?
me.
That's not what happened.
30 seconds or less. Go.
I made an account when I was in high school. Me and my friends did this to see if the boyfriend I was dating at the time, he was acting right. So, I made a fake account.
What account?
What do you mean, what account?
Facebook? She still
has it.
Facebook. It was Facebook one.
And what the fake account
I probably
say?
still do have it. I haven't looked on it. It was just, me flirting with him to see if he was going to actually flirt back.
Did he flirt back?
No, he was good. He was good.
Oh, okay.
I was proud
Who
of
did you
him.
use?
Some girl.
He
I
probably
found
was
on
like-
MySpace.
He probably's like, this is clearly fake.
So what you got to do with ghosting?
Well, I did ghost some people too. I ghosted on some guy yesterday, actually.
Oh, word?
Well, I hope he's listening.
And that's why you're
because he
single.
was too hype. I had time for it.
And that's
He's
why
too
you're
hype?
single.
Yes, I
thought
just met him.
Females
Why are you...
like when a guy's hype.
No, I don't.
I don't know who told you
He's way
that.
too hype.
I don't know.
All right, get your single ass out of here.
All right, what's the moral of the story?
I already gave the moral of the story.
Oh, all right. Well, yeah, we got rumors on the way.
Yes, let's talk about Kanye West and Nick Cannon. They had gotten into it, and it looks like they are making up. So we'll tell you what happened.
All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
All right, Pete Davidson, he was on the Howard Stern show, and he talks about people wanting to kill him because he's with Ariana Grande. Here's what he said.
Yeah, I got a death threat.
Because
someone wanted to shoot me in the face.
Like a legitimate death
Because
threat.
she's so hot.
Well, of course.
You know how insane that is? I was like, am I that ugly that people want to shoot me in the face?
Damn. Pete suffers from really bad anxiety, too, by the way.
Seriously.
Drop on the clues bounce for my guy, Petey D. I was with Pete over the weekend. His happy belated born day to his mother. His mother just turned 50. Salute to Amy. She had a little shindig at the house.
Nice.
And his cousin Dave. I was over there.
All right, now let's talk about Nick Cannon and Kanye West making up. If you guys recall, they had a bit of a back and forth. It started with Nick Cannon saying this on Everyday Struggle.
And again, this is as a fan, just stepping back. There's something personal going on in that world to where Drake was like, because knowing Drake is the most calculated dude
but
ever.
we think that Kanye just leaked his personal conversations.
Nah.
Is that not enough?
Yeah,
No?
there's something that Drake holds over that whole family that he like, y'all don't want me to let this out.
Exactly. And I always think about it. Who does Kanye West care about in the world beside himself?
I was thinking the same.
All right. Well, if you guys recall, Kanye responded to that interview by saying this.
First of all, I want to address Nick Cannon. I understand that you used to date my wife, but, you get in an interview, don't mention my wife. If someone brings my wife up, you say, hey, I respect that man. I'm not speaking on that. Now, the next thing is with Drake. Now, if I wasn't in a medicated state, I might have had the wherewithal to say, hey, Pusha, don't diss Drake on my beat. The fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that don't sit well with my spirit.
Well, and here's the last piece of this puzzle, right? Just so you guys have a recap of everything that happened. Nick Cannon responded to Kanye's request like this.
First off, let me say, welcome back, Ye, from the sunken place. Nothing but love and respect for you. I always had that. But I honestly gotta say this, my dude. I've never said anything disrespectful or harmful to your, in my opinion, to your marriage or your union. I salute it, but you're not gonna tell me what I can and what I can't say. I'm a solid individual. Somebody asked me a question, I'm gonna answer it.
Well, it looks like the two of them have hashed things out. They actually spoke to each other, and they're not gonna no longer beef about this. Apparently, they both said why they felt disrespected. Kanye was upset about what Nick said to Vlad TV about Kim's body, and Nick was upset that Kanye told him not to say what he wants to say in interviews. So now they're going to be mindful of one another going forward, and potentially Kanye will come back on to Wildin' Out. So we'll see what happens.
Mindfulness is very important.
That's grown man stuff right
I was
there.
listening to Oprah's Super Soul conversation this morning. I forgot who the president she had on there, but the whole thing is about mindfulness. Mindfulness is very, very important. And if I can't tell you what to say, can I ask you? Can I say, yo, could you please stop talking about my wife?
Yeah.
I would appreciate
You can ask.
Yeah. You can't tell me what to say, but
yo,
you
can I
ask.
ask? Yeah, yo, I would appreciate if you would please stop talking about my wife. Can you do that for me?
All right. Now, when Jeannie Mai was on The Real, she talked about being sexually abused by a family member. And she said it started when she was just 9 years old. Here's what she had to say.
As a person who was sexually assaulted at a young age by somebody very close to me, I remember the trifecta that I would continuously process, which is fear, anger, shame. Fear, what's gonna happen to our family if I say something? And anger, why did you just sit there? Why did you let this go on for 4 years?
How old
What's
were
wrong
you
with you
when this happened?
I was 9 and it went on till I was about 12. I didn't tell anybody because this was somebody I really cared about. If somebody who's a stranger did it to me, I know what to do.
That's one of my biggest fears as a father, that somebody touches my daughter and she's scared to tell me, or she doesn't tell me. So I try to have that conversation with her every day, about everything.
Oh, I tell my daughter that all the time. My oldest, she's 10, and I always say, when somebody tells you not to tell your parents, tell me. That's when you definitely come tell us.
Yeah, but for Jeannie Mai in particular, she was saying it was somebody she cared about, and it was kind of like a Stockholm syndrome thing there too, she said, because, it wasn't a stranger. It was somebody that she cared about, and she said she just froze.
I mean, for me, it was somebody in my family when I was 8, but I processed it different because I didn't even realize that it was something bad until in my 20s.
Right.
And still really processed it now and when I was in my 30s.
So a lot of people talk about speaking up and speaking out
like
about
that.
things.
I'm just thinking about it. No.
And people talk about speaking up and speaking out about things, but people have to process things in their own time and when they're ready to do that.
Hey, man, for me, it was Tyler Perry on Oprah. When I saw Tyler on Oprah and Tyler was on there crying about getting touched by a woman in his family, I said, what is wrong with him? And then I had to start thinking, well, what is wrong with me?
That's right.
That I don't react to it in that way.
All right. Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your Rumor Report.
And as a father, that's why I picked the schools that has cameras so I can watch the cameras all day and just check. And I got cameras in the crib just in case. But anyway, that's just me. All right. Up next, the People's Choice Mix. Revolt, we'll see you tomorrow.
Whose birthday is it?
All right, it's Will Smith's birthday.
Drop on a clues bomb for Will Smith. He turned 50 today.
And also T.I.'s birthday.
One of my top 7 favorite rappers of all time. Drop on the clues bombs for Clifford Harris.
It's the kind.
So we're going to get on a T.I. mix and a Will Smith
You
mix.
just going to say F Donald Glover, huh? Today's his birthday, too.
We play Donald Glover all the time. We play the summertime joint. This is America.
Shout out to Childish Gambino, a.k.a. Donald Glover, who performed at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. Even though we saw him go by in a wheelchair and a leg brace, he removed that before he got on stage. They said there was some type of injury to his foot.
All right.
Did he talk to you?
No, we didn't even see him. Besides when he rode past, we were working.
All right. Well, let's get this mix on. Let me know your favorite T.I. joint. Let's go.